Marcus couldn't help but smile as he folded the auction papers neatly into his folder. For weeks, the HOA had acted like they held all the cards, fencing him in and trying to strip him of his freedom. But now, with just one decisive bid, Marcus had flipped the script. The very building that gave the HOA its sense of power, its headquarters, its files, its so-called authority, was his. And in his pocket was the only thing he needed to prove it, a single key. That week, the HOA gathered for their usual evening meeting. Inside their office, board members shuffled papers, poured coffee, and complained about Marcus as if he were a thorn in their side. They had no idea the ground beneath them had already shifted. Then, the door handle turned. No knock, no hesitation. Just the sound of a key sliding smoothly into the lock. The door swung open and in walked Marcus, calm, confident, silent. Every head in the room snapped toward him. The HOA president's smirk vanished instantly. A hush fell over the room as Marcus stepped forward, his boots echoing against the floor. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. With deliberate calm, Marcus pulled a thick folder from under his arm, laid it flat on the polished table, and opened it. Inside was the one thing none of them could argue with: the deed. He slid it across the table toward the stunned HOA president, whose face had turned pale. "Looks like I'm your new landlord," Marcus said evenly, his voice cutting through the silence. For a moment, no one spoke. The board members looked at one another, searching for an explanation, a loophole, anything. But the reality was undeniable. Marcus had outplayed them. The office they sat in, the files stacked in the cabinets, even the paperwork they had used to justify building the illegal fence, none of it belonged to them anymore. It all belonged to him. The silence stretched until finally one of the board members muttered, This can't be legal." Marcus leaned forward, tapped the deed with his finger, and said, "It's as legal as the fence you built around my land. Only difference is, I have the papers to prove it." The room stayed frozen, a mix of shock and humiliation painted across their faces. In that moment, Marcus knew the power had shifted for good.